I'm going to keep this menstrual cycle conversation going. Whew. So yesterday, I was feeling a lot of heavy. And I tend to project that heavy onto my husband. God bless the men in our lives. But yeah, so I could feel, like, even now that I'm like hindsight, it was like almost like I was blended with my inner girl, my inner child girl, little Michelle. So easy. So easy to get blended with your inner children. In IFS we call it exiles. When you know, for me, I have, like, now I've been working on it for a long time, but I have what, one day that can be a bit harder than the others, you know. So yeah, I was driving and I was like, what the fuck? Why is this vehicle in the middle of the lane? Anyway, all right, back to this. So when I'm blended with my inner child, it's like I want to be supported, and I want to be supported in this one particular way, and I get stuck on that. Yeah, I get really stuck on that, and it's like you can feel the youngness of this request and this, like, demand. Like, I need you to hold me and make it all stop and get better and go away. And that's so young. That's so young feeling. And like today, I was like, okay, so what I would like to do the next time, I'm not going to delude myself. There's going to be a next time. It's like, I would like to be able to unblend from that by, you know, like this time I did really good. Like, I was observing it. Whew, yeah, I just feel like I didn't observe it long enough, most likely. Yeah, pretty sure. And get unblended, and then see if I can offer that kind of care to myself instead of going out and demanding from my husband that he's got to be my caregiver today. You know, and he had stuff going on with him, you know what I mean? So it was like unrealistic expectations, and that's yeah, I can do that. And so what I've noticed with this is when I'm on my menstrual cycle and I project, you see, before I can give myself credit, like this time it was so much better, okay? So much. You should have seen it last month, that day. Yeah. I went into the twilight zone for a minute. I got so fucking triggered. I mean, we both played our part, and I take responsibility. I got so triggered. So this time I can see how well I did this time. And yet there's still areas to improve on. And then and so the way that this pattern goes is that I feel bad the next day, almost like I partied, you know, and then like had sex with some stranger, and then you feel really shameful. You know, and you're like, I don't even know what their name is, you know. And then you're like, oh, and you're like sitting in the shame, right? So that's what it feels like the next morning when I project on my husband during my menstrual cycle. And this time I was feeling it. I was like, ooh, I feel the shame. I feel it. And I was like, okay. I was like, and then what that like promotes is the urgency to start texting and over apologize, and then that will help satiate the shame, right? Yeah. So this time I watched that, I felt the shame, and I saw what it was like trying to propel me to do to alleviate the feeling. And I was like, oh dang, that is so brilliant. Like we've been doing that for a long time. It's like so stuck in there. Because that's a pattern. So I am rewiring my brain today and not doing that, and giving myself props for how well we did. And me and my husband already apologized to one another yesterday. He did this beautiful thing. He said, do you want to, before he went to bed, he says, you want to go cuddle? And I was like, yeah. And so we went and cuddled, and he thanked me while we were cuddling. He was like, thank you for saying yes. I said, it was easy. I said, I wasn't mad at you. I just had my feelings hurt. And he goes, my feelings were hurt too. And it was just like, to me, that was like us going, I'm sorry, and I love you, and I forgive you. So it's like there was no need to apologize anymore, So today I'm feeling better. I'm being with those feelings. I'm being with the pattern that is normally there, and yeah. So I just wanted to continue this conversation because this is something that is felt and experienced by so many women. And as I'm going through this journey, I just want to support you because I know what it's like. It can feel pretty lonely sometimes.